محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. يروي الإمام البخاري في صحيحه عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما قال: جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يستأذنه في الجهاد. The hadith tonight in the collection of Imam Bukhari, and actually it has 2 or 3 other narrations that are very similar to it, or if not identical, that I may point out another one, just so that the concept is clear. And the theme is still talking about birr al-walidain and the importance of kind of being the best person you can be with your parents as a central part of our values as Muslims. And in this hadith, Abdullah ibn Amr is narrated to us by collection of Imam Bukhari. And Abdullah ibn Amr said a man came to the Prophet ﷺ asking permission to join him on a conquest, like in pursuit of jihad. فقال له عليه الصلاة والسلام: أحي والداك? Are your parents both alive? قال نعم. He said, yes, they are. قال ففيهما فجاهد. Then go and perform your striving and jihad with them. Now this hadith, the reason that is important to understand is that there's context to this hadith. There's context to this hadith, and that's why talking about others are important. The similar one in collection of Imam Abu Dawood, also authentic, but narrated to us by Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, where he points out the details here a little bit more. He says, a man came to the Prophet, قال جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من اليمن, came from Yemen, يستأذنه في الجهاد, asking for permission to fight with him. فقال هل لك أحد في اليمن? Is there anyone, did you leave anyone behind you in Yemen? فقال نعم أبواي, I left both my parents. فقال هل استأذنتهما? Did you ask them for their permission? قال نعم. قال لا, I did not. قال فعد فاستأذنهما, go back and ask for their permission. فإن أذنا فجاهد وإلا فبرهما. Go back and ask for their permission. If they offer it, then go ahead. And if they don't, then stay with them. The scholars, Imam al-Nawawi and Ibn Hajar and others, they comment on these hadith. There's 3 other hadith almost identical with small variations and differences, the same idea. They said that this hadith, these are specific to children, only children. So if it's a son who has no other siblings, or if the parents are of an age where they require service, and this is the only person who can offer them the service, then it all comes down again to what I talked to you about the last hadith and the hadith before that. It's priority. It's understanding how to prioritize. The Prophet ﷺ is telling us that even when it comes to jihad, even when it comes to the most important action that we have in our deen, striving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, going on a conquest with Sayyid al-Khalq Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. There's nothing that I can imagine that's more beautiful and more. And still, your parents, there's a condition with parents that needs to be taken care of first. If you are an only son, if you are the person who takes care of them, if they're elderly, then you have to go and make sure that piece is taken care of. That checkbox has to be filled in before you go ahead and do the action in Islam that's the highest ranked. Like this is the highest ranked action. Dhirwatu sinam al-amr, the tip of the hump within Islam is jihad. So this is the best thing to do. Yet there's a checkbox that you have to fill it up first, which is how are your parents doing? How are you and your parents? What is the nature of the relationship here? Are they happy with you being here? Do they require you? Do they need you? Did you ask for permission? Did you make sure that they are taken care of, or have you lost your understanding of the priorities in our deen? Islam is it's dysfunctional if people don't understand the priority list within it. Like as a Muslim, you will make horrible mistakes. You will harm yourself and others if you don't understand what's most important and what's less important, and if you don't know what to start with, what to move on to next, what to move on to next. And I find this to be a repeating pattern. It's a scenario I see all the time where mutadayyin, they're religious, but they don't know. They don't know what, they are giving too much weight to something that does not require that much weight in our deen. And they're ignoring something that's much more important. And birr al-walidain is one of those things that is almost outweighed by nothing, aside from shahadat an la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Aside from giving shahadat tawheed, almost nothing else outweighs it in terms of its significance and importance. Again, there's a context to to how far you can go with everything, but it has to be understood. I hope that was a benefit. يروي الإمام البخاري في صحيحه عن عبد الله بن عمرو بن العاص رضي الله عنهما قال: جاء رجل إلى النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم فقال يستأذنه في الجهاد، فقال له صلى الله عليه وسلم: أحي والداك؟ فقال نعم. قال ففيهما فجاهد. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك وبحمدك، لا إله إلا أنت، أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه. جزاكم